Hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for so much for watching Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you see and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, IMG garner more and more support for their proposal. The Rugby League Players Association have their say also. Plus, gaff by Rimmer means he has to apologise. So we're going to start where else but the RFL, as their chief executive, Ralph Rimmer, has been forced to make a grovelling apology to the Fijian squad after video emerged of him mocking them at an awards dinner. Rimmer is caught on camera discussing the upcoming World Cup in England and asked if the question if any Fijian players basically have been arrested yet. Rimmer made these inappropriate remarks in front of colleagues, club executives, players and guests while on stage hosting the RFL's annual award night at Headingley back on Monday. When looking forward to the start of the tournament, Rimmer said Fiji have already arrived. We don't think anyone's been arrested yet, do we? The response he made to asking that question was equally as glib. No, we're alright, so we're pretty well, going pretty well then. Rimmer, who will be stepping down from his $167,000 a year roller in December, has denied being racist. It is understood Rimmer was attempting to refer to incidents of bad behaviour which have taken place within international squads prior to the World Cups. Rimmer has since admitted his comments were ill-judged and telephoned members of the Fijian management team to apologise. He said he apologises unreservedly for a throwaway remark, which I regret as soon as I made it. There was no intention of maligning the Fijian squad. In fact, the context of the remark was my excitement that their arrival in the country marked an imminence of the Rugby League World Cup competition, to which they have contributed so significantly and positively since 1995, on and off the field. Rimmer's what you can say crass remarks will call into question his professionalism and also heap huge embarrassment on the RFL, with exactly 2 weeks before the Showpiece World Cup kicks off. Rimmer announced earlier this month that he was to step down as CEO and will leave the RFL in December. IMG have took control of the running of the game, and the American media giants have taken a dim view to Rimmer's remarks. Rimmer has then been forced to defend his record in charge following the accusations he's failed to grow the game and has been ineffective since landing the job on a full-time basis since 2018. Some rugby league fans says that the end of Rimmer's leadership will come to, it's not coming to an end soon enough after this has caught the ire of many across the sporting spectrum and have denounced what he's done. Kick It Out have weighed into the scandal engulfing Ralph Rimmer and accused the under fire Rugby Football League chief executive of thinking he's untouchable. Troy Townsend was mentioned about a Twitter stream that was mentioning the events during the entire event. While Rimmer contends that he's not racist and it was a flippant comment, just a throwaway comment, which I think is a new deflection tool that they started to use. Head of development of football's leading anti-racism group, Townsend, believes Rimmer is so arrogant that he believes he can say what he wants now that he's in a position to leave. When stumbling across the Andrew Foster 101 at Andrew Foster 101 Twitter feed about the actions that took place on Monday night, Mr. Townsend came out and said in response, "When you believe you're untouchable, you basically can say what you want, when you want, how you want, in front of who you want." I always wonder, what is said behind the scenes if someone is brazen enough to talk about it in a public way? And that's the real crux of the matter. He has come out and said it brazenly, in front of an audience, which he thought it was, well, which he got caught on camera doing. It wasn't as if the RFL hadn't decided to record the entire event. The event was still up on the website over 24 hours past when the event was shown. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. And then I realised, it's the RFL. Nothing surprises me with them. IMG are rightly concerned about this situation. And if there's any more people at the RFL or Super League that are in that sort of boat, start walking now. We're looking to grow the sport and we don't need you. So it's IMG who we come back to again after a couple of days ago. They announced their initial thoughts on how rugby league should reimagine itself going forward. So we were waiting for some feedback from what people have been thinking. We weren't expecting so many clubs to be jumping on it as soon as possible. And also another association which applauded basically the action. 3 clubs in the championship came out with comments and statements about the IMG plans straight away, as Bradford Bulls, Featherstone Rovers and York City Knights all took turns in saying, "Oh, what a good job and a good idea the IMG proposals might be." They went as far as publicly backing the initial proposals, with clubs set to vote later on in the autumn, basically October the 13th. At the club, we welcome the findings of the report by IMG. Featherstone shared from the views of both Chairman Mark Campbell and CEO Martin Vickers. We believe that the recommendations include sensible and timely initiatives that will strengthen the future of the game. As a club, we believe that the work undertaken over the last 10 to 15 years has stood us in good stead, for the revitalisation of the sport. We are a sustainable club that has invested heavily in our facilities, and we are confident that any assessment of our on and off the field performance will be positive. Next came Bradford Bulls chief Jason Hurst, who commented IMG's proposals are both interesting and much needed if our great sport is to reflect, grow and finally reach its full potential. To do that, it needs to be bold, embrace change and attract new spectators and investment. The central recommendation is that if a club is good enough, then there will be room at the elite level of Super League for it. We have all been put on notice that the opportunity is there for everyone to grasp. One club who has been on the rise with a new stadium, new training facilities and everything like that is York City Knights, and there was a comment as well from Clint Goodchild, the chairman of York City Knights in the championship. He also backed IMG's proposal and shared his views on the scrapping of promotion and relegation from the Super League. Goodchild said, "I think overall it's a positive scenario for the game in general. I think we have to be bold in our approach. I think it's probably a good middle ground to give clubs the opportunity to meet the minimum standard that should be required by a top-tier professional sport. The public may be fond of promotion and relegation, but the facts say that it doesn't work. Not sure. Everyone likes the idea of potentially going up, but I think it's the hope that kills. Clubs are already stretched beyond their means in areas that are unsustainable. They are spending money on players thinking winning on the field will end in profitability, and it is crippling the game. So that part is very poignant. Clubs have been spending right up to their caps and hoping that they're not going to get found out, or if they're going to go over the cap. York have coined it, and hopefully it will symbolise a change in the mentality of rugby league clubs. But don't get me wrong, the championship clubs aren't the only ones that have come out praising these plans. The champions have as well. Champion St Helens, who made it 4 titles in a row with victory over Leeds and just this past Saturday, have backed the recommendations, believing that they could improve the quality of the game at a number of levels, with club chairman Eamon McManus making a full statement on the club's website. It's clear that the recommendations aim to improve quality of the product, quality of club, and also the game's investment appeal at every level. It should achieve all of these. Crucially, the implementation of the recommendations will be backed long-term by the world-class resources and expertise of the Endeavour IMG group. The review and its recommendations have clearly been exhaustive and transparent. Importantly, it has been compiled by an institution independent of clubs or their governing body and designed to benefit the game in its entirety. It will provide a very solid platform for future group. This gives Endeavour IMG the ability to bring to bear its global resources and expertise in media, streaming, digital, branding, gambling, sponsorship, and event management in order to ensure the improved profile and revenue growth throughout the game of rugby league and to the benefit of all. Exciting and rewarding years lie ahead for the game and for those who are committed to excellence and to improvement. The time is more than opportune, and St Helens look forward to supporting all aspects of this strategic initiative. Another plus for IMG's plans is the Rugby League Players Association have hailed the organisation for listening to the concerns of those within rugby league who feel there are too great a strain on players. As a part of the wholesale recommendations of change announced by the media group on Wednesday, it was revealed that their plan from 2024 is to remove loop fixtures as a point of priority. It means Super League could potentially operate with 22 weekly rounds throughout the season, allowing for greater breaks between games and fewer intensive periods of fixtures, like the sport has seen on multiple occasions during 2022. Got to admit, that's also because of a truncated season due to COVID last year and the year before. Anyway, the RLPA were approached by IMG throughout their consultation and were present amongst the meeting of clubs back on Wednesday when it came to light that this was happening. Their chief, former rugby player Gareth Carvell, told Rugby League Live the whole ethos behind the IMG, which delights us, is that they've had an abundance of meetings where they've not only listened to advice given, but have acted upon that advice too. Almost everything that has been suggested by us has been taken on board and subsequently recommended. You feel like the union now has a voice that we've been fighting for over a number of years, and it's encouraging to see where we could go as a sport with these recommendations. Carvell said the impact on players being forced to play fewer games will be huge and could directly lead to big changes for the game. It's something we've focused on for a few years now, he said. Every time I speak to the players, that's what it's about. Reduction of the number of games and the start the season a bit later. They want to have a proper rest and have international games where they should be. The proposal from IMG are spot on, but in terms of keeping the best players on the field, that's the priority. It's an exciting time to be part of the game, and the players are being listened to. Okay, so I'm going to play devil advocate here when it comes to reduction of number of games. Here's something that may be upsetting to players if that came into fruition. Because you're playing less games, you should be paid less. It will help the sport massively because they've got less number of games coming through the door when it comes to ground attendances, the pies and pints and everything like that. So if you're playing less games, you should take a pay cut. I do feel that the games should be reduced, but it should be in line with the Australians, 27. Sorry, 25. We have 27 already. It should be 25. But it should be home and away. And 1 game a season should be given up for Magic Weekend. There's enough money seemingly generated by it. The RFL seem happy about it to keep it going. The Magic Weekend is a fantastic event. A two-day event where everyone is in the same area. Fans then can travel to the area. But on the flip side of that, make the tickets more affordable for Magic Weekend. You tell me in the comment section below what your thoughts are on these changes and what I've said as well. But any suggestion that you will lower wages due to the less games play, I bet you the rugby league players will balk at it. They'll say, no, we want 22 games and keep the same pay. You're playing less, you should get paid less. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? It's all for the fans. So that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates or new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on the today's episode in the comment section below. It's all open for business. You guys, me, you, will dialogue. I will respond as soon as I get to them. There's a lot of things that I'm busy at the moment. My focus should be on those comments, and I do hope to make them a priority in the future. In the meantime, tell me what your thoughts on Ralph Rimmer are. Be respectful, but he wasn't, so have at it. Anyway, and IMG garnering more and more support for their proposal. It's a good thing, it seems like, for the clubs. Do you agree with me, though, with my comments about the players? Should they be paid less if they're played less? The league and the RFL should pay for them when they're doing the international duty, because that's what they're representing. But the clubs shouldn't need to pay them when they're not playing for them. Anyway, tell me in the comments below how I'm wrong, how I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, or if you agree with me. I don't mind either. I'll give my perspective. You tell me yours. Thank you so much for watching yet again another episode. Please remember to share this video worldwide. But in the moment, I will just say I wish you all the best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.